If you happen to not want to be recorded, we are going to record only the instructor's screen. However, if by accident some students' face might be captured throughout the program, if you do not wish to be recorded, please block your camera or stop the video function. Then we can guarantee that your face will not be visible. So welcome again to the program from the Pedagogy Library and the Borough Park Library's incubator project. Thank you. And here is Instructor Carl. It's all yours,
everyone.
Carl.
Yes. Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm very excited to see you here. And it's been a long time. There are some faces that I recognize. All right, so I also see a lot of, oh, great. Very happy to see you here today, guys. I'm very excited. So today, we're going to draw a cartoon. And basically, what is cartoon? Well, cartoon is it's another form of illustration that a lot of people use to express not only their talent, but it's another way to exaggerate very specific characteristic of characters. So you can use cartoon in politics, you can use cartoon in school. Also, you can use cartoon as a way to relax, which is what we're going to try to do today. So as for the class, as for the class itself, it's going to be very simple, and hopefully everybody will enjoy it. So today we're going to learn how to draw lines, circles, and basic shapes. And along the way, we'll be using those lines and shapes in order to draw different cartoon characters, including objects, cars, and even ice cream trucks. So without further ado, let's just get started. Here I'm gonna do a quick demo. So usually when you draw, there are like a few steps that you simply, you need to follow. First, you need your tools, of course. So, but now we're just gonna use a pencil and eraser. Also, you need sketchbook. And once you have these two, the thing you can do is practice. So practice. When talking about practice, you can either choose one specific topic per week, and also you need to be patient. So this is basically the steps into drawing. I'm going to leave the screen just in case some of you want to take note. All right. Mm. So what you're looking at now is basically a drawing that I started a few minutes ago. So this is me drawing one of my best memories. And this is basically me sitting, you know, on the top of a hill by my car, and the sun was really shining. So as you can see, this drawing is not perfect. And the reason why it's not perfect is that I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna lay out everything. So I started with very rough shapes, like circles and these lines. So this is basically the first step. So the first step, when you draw, whenever you draw, whether you draw a character or whether you want to draw a landscape, the first thing you do, you sketch. And when you're pretty much satisfied with your sketch, you refine your lines. And after you're done with finding your lines, basically, you're gonna do something called in a digital world, like if you are a digital illustrator and stuff, we call it inking. But basically, uh, what we do on the third step is that the details that we like, we focus on them using a marker or the pencil, and we erase any detail that we don't like. That's basically inking. And also, if you want, after that, you can add the colors at the end. And also, if you want to give your drawing a little more life, you add your shadows or your shades. All right. So Now I'm gonna start with the demo. So let's say I want to finish this drawing. So I also have an idea of where I want to go. So basically, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add my lines. So let me start with the sun first. And if you want, you can draw along as I'm doing, but it's not, I mean, that's if you want basically, but at the end of the class, I will give you I will send you a copy of this drawing by email so that you can have fun with it later. Also, you have to keep in mind when you do sketch, you don't want to press too hard on the pencil because at the end, what you're gonna do, let's say you use your a black pen to refine the strokes, then you're gonna have to wait for the pen to dry before you use the eraser. So if you press too hard on the pencil, it's gonna be harder for you. And for those who already went to Nigel's class, you can also use the charcoal pencil to refine the lines. It's really great. Now, as you can see, I'm pretty much I'm getting there. So now I'm gonna focus on the character. So for this character right here, just add the eye right here. And draw a little curve right here with the nose. For the nose, you can just draw a C, just like this. And I keep following the line right there. And for the smile, of course, I can draw something like this. And for the hair is kind of tricky, but before I even focus on the hair, you see the base of the C right there, the nose? This is where I'm gonna follow this a line from here to there. And I draw that part. And then for the body, pretty much easy. Just follow these lines right here. I'm gonna do another line. Okay. And that part right there, this is one of the part I mean, a lot of us artists, we don't like drawing hands because sometimes it can be challenging. But in that case, we just put these lines right there, like so. And then for the bottom part, I'm just gonna follow these lines and draw over them, like so. And I'm done with the shoes. All right. So this basically is the second step. So the first step, there it is. I draw my lines very roughly. I don't really I don't really bother myself to get it perfect right away, but I just generate ideas just to give myself a direction. Once I give myself a direction and I know pretty much what I want to do, and I have my vision, then I had my lines. And after that, I use my eraser, of course, and then I remove the scribble and stuff, and then I have this right there. I mean, pretty much, I kind of like the drawing the way it is, but I know that I can go further. So now you can either use a pen or a marker, or if you don't have a pen or a marker, you can use a charcoal pencil. It's still gonna be the same result. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a very dark line. Let me change the internet. Interesting now. So now what I'm doing, I'm just following the lines and then I redraw over them. You can do that with a black pen or Sharpie marker. Or if you don't, you can still use the charcoal pencil.
May I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Where his waist and his thigh leg and his knee is like this, shouldn't that, it's like it's just hanging there, that knee part.
Oh, you mean that part?
Yeah, right in there. Yeah. It's like,
Yes, I know. I exaggerated a little bit. I mean, another way
oh,
you can
okay.
fix, another way you can fix that, you can
Uh-huh.
just pretend that the second leg is actually right there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
yeah. But in my case, I've
Yeah.
just exaggerated a little bit. I see what you mean. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
okay.
good point.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. That's a good point. But basically, if you want to show that, I mean, if it's not really hanging and you want to show that, okay, I did that on purpose. Since you have the sun right here, right? So what you can do, I mean, with your marker or your pen, you can add a little more stroke right there. See? So it will become a little bit more realistic, but since we're doing cartoon, we kind of exaggerate. But yeah, that's a good point. All right. So that's basically it. So I got from there, from here to here. So at first, you do some research and you generate your ideas and you make your mistakes. You just draw your scribbles and then you had your lines right there. And this is the third step. So if you're using a pen, a black pen for the third step, you're gonna you might want to wait for the pen to dry a little bit because what's gonna happen if you draw over the pencil with the pen and you use the eraser right away, you're not going to like the effect. It's gonna look a bit ugly. Now, let's say you want to add colors, right? So let's say I'm gonna work on the pens. Let's say it's gonna be a black pen, pure black. So you don't want to be doing this, but I'm gonna show you. Let's say I'm adding color to the square. You don't want to be doing this. What you want to do instead is use diagonal lines like this. And you keep the same motion like that. So you can use the same principle when you color with crayons or a charcoal pencil. With a charcoal pencil, it might be a little bit much easier since with the charcoal pencil, you can slant it a little bit. That's a few degrees. That will allow you to cover more areas. But let's say you're using a pen. So there are many ways you can do that. Either you draw like straight lines like this. You do left to right, right. Or you can either follow the shape of your object. So here you go to the middle. And let's put it here, here. And let's not forget the tires, of course. And if I want, I can add some more details.
The figure looks a little bit like a diary when big kids, that the guy, the little boy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right? Yeah, the diary when big kids are like these figures.
It kind of looks like Greg.
And so you can add some. And that's it.
A little challenging.
Now, I mean, this is basically what we will be doing in every class, on every class. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to do some little basic exercise together. Oh, someone asked me a question earlier. What's your name?
Deborah George. I think that was the person who asked you a question.
Yes, I didn't check her name.
Yes, Deborah George.
Deborah, all right, Deborah.
Is there more question?
No,
No, okay.
I'm smiling.
Live closed caption is on right now if people want to see what Google automatically translates what we are talking.
Yeah, but you cannot always try Google because sometimes Google give you some unwanted result.
Oh, just say that this is through the Zoom. So closed
Okay.
captioning is available right now.
I mean, so far so good. The caption is pretty great.
Yes. We have one person who just arrived.
Mhm.
Kyle, can you explain what we are doing right now for the latecomer, please?
Oh, yes. So for those who missed the class, who missed it earlier, I didn't talk much. I was just introducing people to what cartoon is. Basically, cartoon is another form of illustration, and it's basically exaggeration of characters in most cases. You can use it in school and politics, and also you can use it to express yourself just as much as digital art. And today we're learning how to draw lines, basic lines and shape. So I started with the demonstration. But the demonstration is more about the steps that you want to follow every day when you draw. Like you start basically with your rough sketch, and then you add your lines. And once you're done with your lines, you can add the details and colors. And now, if you're using a Sharpie marker to add your strokes and your colors, you might wait probably 1 second, barely 1 or 2 seconds before you erase the pencil lines. But if you're using a pen, like a paper mate or any oil gel pen, you might want to wait a few more seconds before you erase the pencil lines, the unwanted details, because if you don't do that, you might not like the result. But also, I mentioned if you're using a charcoal pencil, just as the pencil that fine art artists use, it'll be easier for you to cover more areas. So basically, this is it so far. And now we're going to learn how to draw like very basic lines. The idea behind this exercise is to learn how to draw more confident line so that we don't really waste time. And also we want to build muscle memory. So that's why we're gonna do this little exercise. So I don't know if any of you have maybe one last question before we switch to that phase.
A question in the chat, or you could raise your hand, or you could unmute and ask your question. Well, Carl, there's no question. Move
Yeah,
on.
perfect, perfect.
I have a question.
Deborah, right?
No, this is Karen.
Ah, Karen, all right.
I tried to raise my hand, but I don't think it worked. My question is, what would be the differences between drawing a female character as opposed to your male character?
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
In terms of, I'm gonna show you right away.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Just make, although I believe next week with my, no, it's until June 13, we're gonna draw characters, but doesn't matter. Okay. By the way, Karen, you into art too? Or,
I dabble.
okay. Okay. So basically, I mean, the main difference is basically the height, but there's one approach that we pretty much use in manga. I mean, you can use it in any form of art. Is that the male character is about 8 heads high, and the female character is about like probably 7.5 head. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and the female would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. And the male character, basically, the shape goes like this. But for the female character, is usually like this. And also the female character, when you draw female characters, they have more curvy lines. So let's say you draw a male's face. Sometimes it goes like this, but a female character, in most cases, it's like that. The female character, they have like, but most of the time, female character, they have more curve. They have more like, when you draw lines for the male character, it's more, most of the time they're like this, that, in some cases, but the female character is more gracious, grace. But eventually we'll come to that.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Demonstration.
Thank you.
Okay. No problem.
Beautiful.
Okay, the Harry means the male and the female, the body shape's difference, right? The face, the difference.
Yeah, the difference mostly
Yeah, the
height,
height's a little
the
different.
height and
Yeah.
the height, the facial features, and also the can see also the difference also is in the shoulders.
Oh, shoulders. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those shoulders. You have the shoulders and the hip, and also another thing, when you draw a male character, let's say you want to draw like a fat character, a fat male. Most of the time, when you draw a fat man, the fat will be focused on the, the belly and sometimes the arm and the face. But for the female, it mostly gonna sit on the, the hip, the glutes, and the arm. The arm,
Okay.
basically. All right. So now we're going to do a little exercise. It might be boring for some, but I guarantee you, it's definitely gonna help for the future classes and along the way, you see that it's all about muscle memory, but also it's all about having fun. And drawing is also about patience, but you need to know some basics. And the secret is also practice, 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 practice until you get better at it. Mm. All right. You can grab a new sheet of paper, or if you have a sketchbook, that's fine. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna draw, you're gonna do like this, from A to B, and then you have B and C, and then you have right here, C,
Where's the A? I didn't see the A.
up there,
Did you say A?
A, B, and then you have B, C, and then you have C
Wait.
and D.
I didn't see the A. Where's the A placed?
Oh, unless I didn't do it properly. Okay.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
So here's the idea. Here, this is the destination, right? B is our destination. So what we want to do, we want to draw a line from A to B like so. Pretty simple. And then we're going to try to do the same for C, but without stopping. We don't want to stop, but if for whatever reason we cannot have our line straight, then we will back a little bit and withdraw again. So yes. And now we're going to do the same for C to D. Just loosen up our arm and we hold the pencil a little bit like so. And now, if you have an issue, let's say you're having issue coming from B to C, right? And another thing you can do, you can draw this little line right there, and then you draw over it. So until you get to your destination.
A rule is not important for it to be straight.
I mean, yeah, you can use your ruler. Yeah, definitely. But for now, the idea is to work on the muscle memory. We need to get the hand used to drawing long straight lines.
There is a comment in the chat
Mhm.
from a newcomer into art. And she said that she appreciates all the details you're providing. So thank you very much. I believe,
Yay!
yes, I believe many of the attendees are relatively new in drawing. We did have 2 sessions of painting program before, but drawing is fundamental and basic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yes, because the thing with painting, most of the when you do painting, you focus on volume, you focus on shapes. But with drawing, sketching, you mostly focus on drawing the lines, and then you think about the shape and the values. It's almost the same approach, but it's kind of different, and that's why I love drawing better. It's easier and it's more fun. I mean, to me at least.
There was another comment earlier from
Mhm.
someone who said that they cannot draw other than stick figures. So my suggestion for that person was that start with your stick figures and then add more lines to make those sticks fatter, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you can draw stick, that's a good thing. It is a good thing that you can draw stick, because quick demo right here, right? So let's say this is a stick figure that I just draw, right? Basic stick. So from this stick, I already know that my character is pretty much a little bit, let's say it's a male character, and also it's a bit strong with large shoulders. So from there, I can say, okay, you know what? Then from the stick, right? I have my neck right there. So I don't know who asked me that question, but if you want, we can, I don't know, we can share emails and then we can talk about it a little more. Although we might come to that part still June 23rd. Okay. Yes. But basically, if you can draw stick, you're good. You're good. All you need to do is that you need to learn how to draw dynamic shapes using stick figures. Or also, drawing stick figures is another way to decompose and deconstruct a character. So we'll get to that eventually. Any other comment, or are we good?
Oh, there is a person attending
Okay,
the session from India. You see that?
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yes, we will keep in touch. Definitely. Now, any question about the lines? No? Are we good to move on?
Yes, you can move on.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. And for anyone who wants to talk about stick figures, I mean, I'm going to share. You can either send me an email. Give me a second.
Now, there's a question from Nero. Where can we find practice to draw stick figures?
Oh, where can we find practice to draw stick figures?
Mhm.
Send me an email. Send me an email and we'll talk. And also, I have an Instagram for those who are interested. Over that part. All right. Now, any question about the lines, or are we good to go?
Good to go.
Now, what we're going to try to do, we're going to try to draw shapes, as many as possible on the sheet of paper. So let's say we're gonna do so we're gonna try to, we're gonna try not to remove the pencil from the paper as much as possible, but do not press too hard on the pencil. Then on the second line, draw rectangles. So all right. Now, once we've done that, what we're going to try to do, we're going to try to fill these shapes with colors. But before we do that, let's draw a few more rectangles in here. When it comes to drawing shape, you don't have to follow a very specific direction, but another thing you can do, you can draw remember the point exercise that I showed before? So you can do this. Boom. Or another thing you can do, go to the first line, go to the second line, and then very lightly with your pencil, press it out like this. Yeah, more question in the chat.
No.
What was the purpose of the last box with the triangle that you?
Someone just asked me about, I think the direction. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
why I did that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I had walked away from it.
Now, let's say I have these boxes and I want to fill them in or fill them out with, let's say I want to add colors. So usually people will have the tendency to just do this. And we don't want to do that. What we want to do, we want to use a method that's going to help us. So let's say I want to fill this out with, let's say I want to use, I'm using green, right? So if I start with a diagonal movement, I'm gonna keep it that way. Now, let's say you press a little harder on the pencil. What's gonna happen? A bit darker. Now, another way you can add colors, of course, you go up and down. Or you can go from left to right. Sorry.
So are you basically saying going in direction of the line?
Yes, I mean, basically you want to give yourself direction because you, in most cases, when you draw characters or let's say you want to add colors, you're gonna be doing a lot of circular movement, but in some cases you will have to make like up and down, left and right movement. So is it's best that you have you can apply use a technique that's gonna help you not only waste less time in the drawing, but also it's just gonna help you way better in terms of adding shades. Like I say you want to add shadows. Let's say you want to add colors. This is gonna help you. Like you follow direction. Now, and this little exercise, you can practice it every day, because what's going to happen is that not only you have the muscle memory, but you also have the speed. So you will be very, very comfortable, because this is going to help you not only drawing cartoons, but also, let's say you are a digital illustrator. This is going to help you a lot in terms of drawing in, perspective, drawing characters. And also, if you even if you are a graphic designer, this is gonna help you a lot. Like when it's, let's say, for example, you want to express your idea, you want to share idea or give, art direction. This is really gonna help you in terms of speed and also highlighting, like, important key points. Got more question? No? You good? All right. Very good. Now, we do the same thing for the rectangle, right? Now, let's see what's gonna happen if we use two different movements. Let's say we do up and down, like so. And then let's say I do a diagonal movement from here to here. So what's gonna happen? As I apply this movement, that part is gonna be a little darker. You can use this technique whenever you want to add value to an object. So let's say you have let's say there's a light, let's say the light source comes from here, right? So whenever there's light, there's a shadow. So that part would be brighter. So that second part right there would be darker. Another way you can do this, if you don't really like this method, you can just draw diagonal lines like so. And then as you draw, you press a little harder here. Now, let's say I have this object right here, right? Not only does a light come in from somewhere, let's say the light is right there, but this object is sitting on a surface. So what I can do, I can draw my diagonal lines in here, and I press a little harder on the pencil. And then this. And of course, to make it a little, to separate the object from, the background, I use, okay, oops. But, but let's say the light source comes from the left part of that rectangle. And what I will do, give it another color, say blue. Okay. And starting from the middle of the rectangle right here. That's a little harder on the pencil, of course. And of course for the shape. And for the outline, press a little harder. It's we all good? Now that we're all done with this, so what we're going to do, we're going to draw some circles. Very basic circles. So one way you can draw a circle, method A is you just draw the circle. Like you hold your pencil a bit loose, and if you need to change position, if you want to have a position that's gonna make you comfortable, do so. And then you loosen your arm a little bit. Don't press so hard on the pencil. So what you're gonna do, do this. Now,
Can we see your posture with your hands
uh,
as you're drawing the circle?
okay. So basically it's like this.
Okay.
Yes. But for those who've been to the fine art class, I don't know, you might see it's easier if you have your drawing board right in front of you and a little slanted like this, so that you can just extend your arm and use your shoulder as a support, and your shoulder will do most of the movement. But if you're using the table, you're gonna be basically using your forearm, but you don't want to do this, because what's gonna happen at some point, you might have this back pain. So that's why I said try to lose the pencil very lightly, like so. See? And so you see what I'm doing? I'm just circling around like this. And once you really find the perfect circle that you like, then what you do, you take, you can take a marker or your pen, like so. And then afterward, after a few seconds, you erase, the pencil line that you don't want.
Now, is it possible that when you're drawing this, you could show where you could hold it up in air and show us what you're doing in the camera? Or change your camera to a certain angle so we could see what you actually are doing?
I could try to do that, but I'm using a laptop and an iPad.
Oh,
so
okay. Can you
I don't
hold
have
up
an
the iPad when
experience.
you're doing it? Higher, make it higher. If you draw on the sideways.
So?
No, if you sit on the sideways, okay, now we could see.
Now for method B, some of you might not like this method, but for some of you might like it. And me personally, it helps me sometimes. So the idea is to draw like a square, and then you draw the circle within the square. And like I said, some people might not love this method, but it works sometimes. So what you do, draw a perfect square like this. And then within your square, you draw a circle. But for some of you, if you cannot extend your arm like this, you can still use that and use it as a support. That will help you. But the main thing, you don't want to be uncomfortable. You still want to be comfortable doing what you're doing. But like I said, try not to use your back as much because that happens to a lot of people, especially digital artists, designers. They spend a lot of time sitting like this and doing that. So what happens eventually, they have this back pain afterwards, and it is not pleasant at all. All right. So far, so good.
Yes.
Great. All right. So now that we've learned how to draw like a few circles and a few lines, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a class work right now. So basically, what is it going to be?
I'm in a drafting table. The posture's the same, right?
Mhm. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna show you an image, and you are going to try to interpret this image and turn it into a cartoony type thing using the different method that I showed you before. Like you're gonna try to combine circles and rectangle to interpret that image. So I'm gonna pop it up in my screen in a few seconds. It's gonna take some time. Okay. Uh, so grab a new sheet of paper and have fun. So I'll give you until 3 p.m. No, let's say 2:40. By the way, a quick tip. Um, if you want to draw these, what you can do, you're gonna do this and then like this, like that. And if you want to give expression to your ice cream, of course, let's say it's summer and we're pretty much happy about the summer. So you can draw these circles right there. You fill them out with black and you give them a little smile. Or if you want, you can exaggerate a little bit. All right, have fun.
You want color in here?
If you want, you can add colors, of course.
This
That's if you
basically,
want.
you just want the
Yeah.
shapes.
Yeah, basically the shapes. Basically the shape.
Okay.
But if you don't have a black pen with you or a marker, what you can do on the outline, you just press a little harder on the pencil.
Thank you.
Yeah, on the outline. That's if you don't have a chocolate pencil or a black marker.
Yeah, I have it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Good.
You know what we should have? Your plans are no, stop. No, stop. No.
Oh, I have a question.
Kyle, there is a question. What's the question?
I did this with the I don't know if you can see me in that. Let me see. I did this with the. And my question is, the line too thin or should it be thicker?
You mean the outline? You're talking about the
Mhm.
outline?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Am I doing
I
it
think it's
correctly? I don't know.
no. I think it's personal choice. Yeah, it depends on the direction that you want to go to. You can do I mean, the line on the inside, you can have them thinner, but the outline you can have them um, make them a little thicker as you want the object to contrast. I mean, as you want to make a contrast from the object to the background, so you can have it a little thicker.
Okay, am I doing it correctly?
Whoa! Oh my God! Oh, that's beautiful. You get in
Huh?
there? Yes, 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 yes. I love it. Yes, yes, definitely, definitely.
When would you start looking at the students' work and providing feedback? Do you want to do this as they are ready or at the set time?
For the classwork, I mean, if we have time, I'll do this now. I can do this now. I mean, after everybody's done. If not, they can still send me an email. I mean, they can
Okay.
still email me a photo of the classwork and the homework, and then I will give my critiques through email.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But before the class before the class ends, I definitely give my own version of this drawing because I'm having fun too right now.
We're not putting any color, are we?
Hmm?
Are we putting in color?
It's personal choice. If you want to, yes, you can put colors. I mean, if you have colored pencil, you can do that.
Some people have a lot of experience painting. Would you mind if people actually use painting instead of color pencil or color marker to fill in the color? Faster.
Yes, yes. I think they can use. I think they can use. I think they can use watercolor, but the thing is, they have to make. I, I think they can. You have to make sure that the 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 watercolor is not gonna affect the marker. You can. I mean, you can use both. You can use like a thick black markers for the outline stroke, and then you use a watercolor for the color of the fill. But I think they're gonna have to use the watercolor first and let it dry, and then use the marker for the outline stroke later on. Yeah, because you don't want alcohol to be mixing with watercolor. It might be harder on you, and the paper might not like it. Although also,
Okay. Thank you.
but you can do that. Yeah, definitely they can do it.
Thank you. Some of the So went through a few weeks of watercolor pencil drawing class with Nigel through the Tacoma library. So if you have the watercolor pencil, I guess they could use that. Just don't add the water yet, or add the water to very little at the end. Maybe. I'm trying to think of multiple ways of using their art supplies at hand.
I mean, they can still use it. And in terms of watercolor, you might want to think of the form first. Like you literally draw the circles like the ice cream with the brush, and then you let it dry for a few minutes, and then you refine the shapes with a very thick black color brush, or use the marker at the end.
Thank you. I'm actually using highlighter right now, trying to do the ice cream color. And I feel it's challenging because I'm so used to painting. Because I am producing many irregular shapes to fill it in. If I use straight lines, each of the scoop of the ice cream look not very interesting. But when I use different kind of lines, it just look very weird to me because I don't draw, I paint. Can you see what I'm doing?
But with watercolor painting, what you can do for the circles, you use it like this, the brush, and then as you drop the brush a little bit, when the tip spread, you turn it a little bit like this, and you do a little motion, little circle motion, not too much.
Right. Okay.
Yes, because if you press a little harder, the harder you press, the larger the paint will spread on the paper.
Right. Thank you. So Kyle just put it in the chat for everybody. If you want to shade, press harder on the paper, or
just a little
you
bit.
could draw over the same spot. Kyle, there's a private message to me from a participant. Say that you are super duper.
I'm super duper. Oh yes, I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
There's a question from Diane. When we finish this project, how do we share it with all? When we have a few minutes later at the end of the class, everyone can raise your work on screen. We can randomly pick a few of them for Kyle to provide constructive critique. The rest of the people who did not have a chance could receive a critique from Kyle if you email. Kyle is going to send you an email with homework instructions, and he also put his email in the chat before. He will provide you with his email address to receive your homework. Thank you. So it's 2:48 now. Kyle, do you want students to start putting up their work on screen? And then we
Definitely.
Okay. All right, then I am going to you please stop the share screen.
Mhm.
Okay. And I am going to go to, remember this class is being recorded. If you do not want to be recorded, then do not show your face and image. If you do, then this class is being recorded. We hope to share the recording with you later. I see Colleen. I'm going to feature Colleen right now. So Kyle, you will be removed from spotlighting. Now we're only seeing Colleen, right? So you could provide your feedback to Colleen and everyone. Colleen, you probably have to raise your paper higher. Yes.
Okay, that's perfect. I mean, you did great.
Okay. Deborah George.
Colleen.
Thank you.
Deborah
Alright.
George.
Oh. Here I am.
Deborah,
Okay.
is this alcohol marker or water paint?
B,
Um,
he said wonderful.
It's just the water marker. It's not alcohol.
Oh, that's great. I love it. I love it.
They're drying out, but
No, it's perfect. I see you did not finish the bottom.
No, I didn't finish
No.
anything.
Okay, okay. Yes. The
No,
only
I
thing you
couldn't
can.
see I couldn't see the other side. They said you can't
Yeah.
see it.
Yes. That's the image itself. The only thing you can do, you see, at the bottom of the chocolates and right below the the cup, you can have the line a little thicker just to show that the cup is not floating around. You can do the same for the for the cookies. Just draw like a thicker line following the shape at the bottom. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. And since the light source is coming from the left, so on the right side you want to like focus a little bit more on the darker shades. But overall, it's perfect. Okay. Let me see.
Sweater from India.
I love this one. I love this one. The only thing that's if you want the same as Deborah, I would have a little thicker lines at the bottom just to show that the object is not floating around. But other than that, it's perfect. You can scan it and put it on a t-shirt and you're good.
Who else? Oh, Nina. Nina Lips. That's amazing.
This is Choco, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a little bit of surrealism right here, but yeah, I love what you did. Is that a Staedtler pencil?
Yeah.
Yes, I love those. Yeah, they're great pencils. Yes. Oh, Faber-Castell. All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love what you did. The shading, you did it with the pencil, or you used the tip of your finger?
Yeah. This.
Okay, okay, I see, I
Uh,
see.
but here it's by pencil. Yeah.
By pencil. Okay.
Mm.
Only thing you can do, just add a little bit of dark on the bottom right, the cup, just a little bit, just a little bit, and then you can add a little shade. That's if you want. If you want to go for a darker mood, you can add a little more of shade on the right, but overall it's perfect. Overall it's perfect. Yeah, just add a little more of dark just to show that, okay, the lights come from the left and there's a little bit of dark shade on the other side, but after that it's good. And also, on the left of the cup, yes. So I don't know. Yes, that part. Yeah, exactly. If you can draw something like, I'm gonna show you real quick. Now, actually, if you can take the eraser and erase just a little part, just a little curve, just to show that it's a little bit shiny, it will definitely help. But after that, it's perfect.
Thank you.
Is it any way you can email me a picture of the image so I can keep working on it, improving it the way I want to?
The picture, yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
We have Aiden.
All right, that's a great start. That's a great start. I like the way you use the color. You came up with your own style. Yes. The only thing is that you can press a little harder on the outlines, but after that you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep practicing. If you want, I can send you more tips, and then you have fun.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay. And can you show your screen? Your screen is black, girl. If you show your screen, I click to spotlight you. Right now, your screen is black, Pearl. Okay, I'm going to go to someone else. Anna.
Let me see. Okay.
Okay.
That's interesting.
I love that. It's very, very, very original.
Yes.
Everyone created the face difference, eyes, and it's fun.
Okay. Do you intend on putting colors, or?
I don't know.
I mean, I love it. I love it. The only thing, you can add a few more lines, not too much, just a few on the ice cream, and maybe add, maybe one more chocolate, just one more, and
Okay.
yeah, that should be good. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, you're welcome.
I have a joy.
Pearl.
Okay. This is
Someone said that he can't show her screen, so maybe she want to show her job. This one's nice.
can you see it?
This is colored pencil, or
This is just a regular color pencil, yeah.
regular colored pencil? Oh, okay. I love the idea.
Beautiful.
Yes, I love the idea. So the bottom is not finished though.
Uh-huh.
Okay, for the bottom, you can just add a little more thickened line, just the same as you did for the middle. And then
You mean this one, right? This
yes,
color.
you keep
Okay.
keep it, yeah. You can keep the same stroke all the way to the bottom.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I like the expression of each of the ice creams.
Yanni, yes, now it's your turn.
Oh, did everybody else show their work? Oh, there's Doris. Doris. Eyeglasses. I love it. I love it, Doris. And why so many
Oh,
pretty?
I love that. I love that. I like the way the white part. Oh, I see what I see. Okay. Yes.
You have a beautiful story, Doris.
Yes.
You can write a
I mean-
story next to the
Beautiful.
cup.
Yes. The only thing you can do that's if you want, you can draw a line right behind the cup just to show it's not floating and it's actually sitting somewhere. But
Oh, yes,
overall it's pretty funny. I love it.
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
If you want to share the story when you email Kyle, Kyle can share with us. I'm sure it's a beautiful story. And
Okay.
my suggestion is that if everybody who do their homework, if you could write a couple of descriptions of why you're doing it,
Everyone very creative.
this
It's,
would be great. Okay?
yeah.
That's your story. Thank you.
Mm.
Okay, who is next? Nina?
Who?
No. Did you do anything that you want
Yeah.
to show?
Yeah. How to? I don't know.
What about Taylor? Taylor, do you have anything? Oh, Rhonda, you raise your hand, right? Rhonda.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
That one, the little cups will be broken.
It's leaning over a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's
That's up
kind
there.
Yeah, it
that-
almost
that-
fell.
That's
The ice
okay.
cream's too heavy for it.
Yeah.
Yesterday, when the wind, when the storm, in the storm yesterday.
You put
Exactly.
too much ice cream in both
Yeah.
hands.
For this one, you see, just keep drawing the same line around the ice cream itself.
Okay.
Just the same way you did for the cup, do it the same way for the for the circles, and you're good.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you.
the same out. Use the same
Jasmine,
outline. Yes.
Next. Jasmine draws perfect, beautiful
So Jasmine
circle.
Padilla,
Every circle is so
Jasmine Padilla,
perfect.
this one is ready for
Oh,
t-shirts,
beautiful.
definitely.
Oh, that was.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
Yes, this one is ready for a t-shirt, definitely. I love the way you did the outlines. So if you want, that's personal choice. You can either use a marker or a pen and draw over the
Bye-bye.
outline.
I have to go now. Thank you.
Good.
Send the connection. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks so much. I love the class.
Yes, it's all good.
Hi.
Thank you.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's the
Thank
different
you.
style. I feel very interested. Okay. Thank you for everyone coming, and hope to see you.
That was fun.
Yeah, hope to see you next week.
Yeah, it's a very fun class. Thank you so much.
Tal, do you have a homework or something?
Thank you so much.
I will send the homework to your email, and also before we go, I'm gonna show my version real quick. It's not gonna take long.
Oh, wait, I missed the whole, I was holding the whole meeting.
Yeah.
Silly of me.
Okay, so I'm sorry, my
Oh, wait, one second.
battery.
That's okay.
Sorry, my battery on the laptop went out of power. I'm
Okay.
using the phone right now. So I am unable to spotlight any more people. Barbara is the only person I'm spotlighting right now.
Can I stop?
Okay.
But just
Me? But,
Barbara, are you showing your
oh,
work?
okay.
Your hand,
Oh,
right?
she's already spotlighted. Okay.
Yeah. So if you
Love it. Love it. You can, like I said, as I said earlier, the same lines, you can draw them over the ice creams themselves. The same stroke that you made, that you did right there for the cup. Do the same for the circles.
Yep.
Yeah, you good.
Around the point.
Yeah, around them. There, exactly.
Thank you.
And Carl, you put your email already, right? In the chat, and Carl is going to send you an email also with homework and receive your work. Next week, we will meet at the same time using the
Same
same
time, yes.
ID for the Zoom. Okay, so thank you everybody for coming. Enjoy, be safe.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, Carl.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank
You
Bye.
can save that link for today, and each class you can use for the same that link or
Yes.
the password. So you will know we all are the same. It's recruiting class. Okay. Thank you.
Right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Can you stop the thing?
Thank you, Cal.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Cal. That is
welcome.
fun. That is really fun.
We can't actually.
Okay, I would have to do some. I have to sign in again using another computer.
Gotcha. So yeah, we can't actually end the meeting, so,
Carl, I got to
everybody-
see yours.
Oh,
Gonna email me yours?
yes.
Can't hold it up?
Yonli, can I share mine real quick?
Can you just hold it up?
oh, Ms. Emily, wait, hold up. Actually, you're still getting online.
I think today, later on, everyone will eat a real ice cream today. It's hard.
Oh, no, they want to know whether they.
Yongre, I'm leaving now, okay?
I know if you can
This is they're
see
doing
it.
it right now. I think it might be
What
done.
are they doing?
Oh, no, they just wanted to, they thought you were going.
Lena, what question do you have for me?
No, I said, can I leave you now? I have something
Yes,
else.
I'm trying to
Okay.
sign in with another computer so as to stop the session because the laptop
Yeah,
stopped.
sometimes, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Lena.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Cal.
You're welcome.
That